So what's my story? My story is when I was 11 years old, I was head over heels for a girl that just simply didn't want to be with me at that time. She couldn't be with me. She didn't want to be with me. She wasn't vibing it. And I literally cried every day for a whole year. And it was heartbroken. It was heartbreaking and I was just so heartbroken. For 3 years later I was still depressed and I started going into a deep vortex, a deep cycle of not even understanding what my life purpose is, not even understanding who I am. I started having a strong existential crisis, and I was literally going down a dark path that was practically filled with drugs, a lot of drugs, and I was coming to terms with the fact that I needed to master my emotions. If not, I was going to commit suicide. I was going to kill myself. And it was when I then met Dr. John F. DeMartini, is a man that changed my life completely. And he was my mentor, number one human behavior specialist in the world. And he taught me a methodology to dissolve absolutely any emotional charge. So he gave me the methodology and he put me to work. And I literally started applying it and I started going deep into my emotions. And I started just wanting to apply it to everything and everyone in my environment. So I started applying it with my friends and I started applying it with people that came to me. And then I started practically attracting people. And by the time I was 16, I was already giving consults. And I started doing this for 9 years. I started giving people consultations through a methodology that was scientifically designed to dissolve absolutely any emotional charge. So I started attracting many clients with many cases, and I'm talking all areas of life: spiritual, mental, vocational, financial, familial, intimate relationships, social, physical, all areas of life, all the emotional charges that revolve around all those areas of life, deep, deep, deep going into the trenches. I started serving people heal. And people that were afraid of being judged by God, people that didn't feel that they were good enough, people that didn't feel that they were smart enough, people that were afraid of failing, people that lost money, people that were abandoned when they were little kids, people that lost loved ones, people that lost their dog, people that literally were afraid of anything, and you name it. They were afraid of being rejected. They were having social anxiety. They were afraid of not being beautiful enough. They were afraid of not being enough. They were so many people, and the bread and butter of my business was literally relationships, intimate relationships, everything, right? You name it. Breakups, makeups, toxic relationships. I don't know what this is type relationship. I'm talking short-term, medium-term, long-term relationships, all ages, ranging from 14 to 60-year-olds, people going through divorces, people that got infidelities, people that were going through some serious pain, people that their whole family is being ruptured because of the relationship that they had. And I started attracting more and more cases, and I was just going deeper and deeper and deeper into healing. And I went into boxing and I started understanding, because boxing is something that really runs deep in the blood of Mexico, and I'm Mexican, and I was starting to understand the pain of people that lived in the ghettos. And I even got to an extent where I actually went to a tournament in a Mexican prison and I fought an inmate. And I could just feel the energy, the pain that these people in prison were going through. I could literally feel how when I went into that prison, right, I felt how they just wanted to destroy my intestines and just rape me and eat me, and I was just fresh meat, you know. And there were some people that they had already decided to stay in hell. They had already decided to stay in the hell that they were living in. And so I went deep into a tunnel, and obviously this energy obviously attracted different types of relationships that I was in. So the relationships that I was in, I ended up being in relationships with really wounded girls. Out of love, I wanted to serve girls. I wanted to serve a girl. I wanted to fall in love. I was always a wounded person because I always wanted to have an intimate relationship because of the great example that I saw from my father and my mother. They were both happily married for 38 years, and this was just not something that I was seeing that it was possible for me. So I had a relationship with really toxic relationships, and I was with a girl. She asked me to have exclusivity. I was exclusive to her. She ended up cheating on me, lied to me, covered it up 3 times. It was just bad. And I noticed that the quality male, the valuable male that they were asking me to become, they didn't react with more gratitude. They didn't react with more desire towards me for being exactly how they told me I should and ought to be. So I started noticing that there was a discrepancy between what these women were asking me to be and what they actually responded to with gratitude and with desire. And I started noticing all of these patterns, and obviously I attracted more clients that were in those similar patterns, and we were unraveling this mystery, and I was going deep into human behavior, understanding red pill community, rational male, understanding Rollo Tomassi, understanding, Richard Cooper, that mean pickup artists. I'm talking Game, Neil Strauss, all of that. And I was understanding to a deeper extent, but I was still not grasping how is it that it applies to me, because I needed to be able to internalize all this information, and I couldn't internalize it unless I actually lived through the experience, unless I actually experienced it in fresh blood. So I went into different dynamics and different relationships, and I started noticing that all of these guys that came to me, I was just filled with wounded guys, wounded men that wanted to dissolve emotional charges. I had the tools, and I was like, my brothers need help. My brothers need the tools. They need the tools that I had to heal. They need the tools to lead relationships and to lead their self-worth with certainty and power. And this led me to creating the Valuable Male program. So after I went through all this tunnel, guess what happened? The girl that I was originally in love with when I was 11 years old, she came back to me, and now she's head over heels with me. And I told her, look, I can't offer you any exclusivity. She was like, I'm fine. I don't have a problem with that. So the agreement that we came to is a one-sided, open, long-term relationship. I was noticing that the quality of woman that came into my life, a high-value woman came into my life when I was ready, when I was prepared to lead her, when I was prepared to guide her, when I was prepared to bring her into my frame, bring her into my life. She just appeared. The woman that I most desired my whole life came back into my life, and I didn't even do anything. I just earned it because of the quality of understanding that I had regarding human behavior, and the quality of understanding that I had of how to lead my self-worth and how to lead my relationships with that power and that certainty. And that's what I want to offer you. That's what I want to offer you. I want to offer you the possibility of being able to earn that high quality woman that you want to have in your life. And if that's a woman, you just want to have one relationship. Me personally, I have my queen and I have my Aram, right? I have nice short-term relationships. I have my nice spinning plates rotating, and I have my girl. And obviously I go on trips with her. She's getting to know my family, and all of these things are occurring with consentment. They're all occurring with respect. They're all occurring with emotional responsibility. It's all occurring with consciousness and with awareness. And I'm being able to experience this thanks to everything that I have gone through, everything that I have learned, and I want to offer you that possibility. So if you're looking to have real transformation and to have real mentorship with real accountability and real companionship, that not only will give you the quality relationship that you're looking for, but permit you to have the quality fulfillment that you as a man are looking for in your own life. Trust me when I say this. This Valuable Male program has worked for me, it has worked for others, and it will definitely work for you.